Okay, Mr. Smith, now that we have our agenda set for today's session, how about we go ahead and review our homework that we had assigned for the last session, the thought record. Did you get a chance to jot down any thoughts
Um,
this week?
Honestly, I didn't get a chance to do it. Just
Hmm.
other stuff came up, and I just kind of stressed over that, and just kind of forgot about the homework. I apologize.
Okay, it's okay. There's always this upcoming week, or we can put that on today's agenda at the end of today's session if you want to go ahead and go over some of the thought records.
Hmm.
I do encourage you when you do get some time, just really go ahead and try to attempt at least writing down at least one or two for the week or so. It's really going to help with your cognitive thinking, and really getting some positive thoughts and helping you with your decisions and helping with your stress. It's really a helpful tool, and I would like for you to really just take advantage of it. Um, just if it's like I said, once or twice for that. So earlier today, you mentioned that you were still having some issues with your family, with your mom and dad, and your
Yeah, I was still having issues with them. It seems like my parents want to come back out, or not come back out, but they want to come out for the first time.
still okay.
Yeah, still. And it's just bringing conflict because my girl feels like, it's a perfect time, and I feel like there's a better time for them to come when we can actually, I guess, enjoy their company.
Okay. So you still feel like things are going rough for you all, and you
Yeah,
still trying to get things settled together.
yeah, exactly.
And are you having that conversation with your fiance?
Yeah, we're trying to, but just back and forth, so it's just kind of
Okay, so you guys just haven't come to an agreement
stressful. Yeah,
just
we
yet.
haven't come to
What about the conversation? What is it like with your parents? Have you had that conversation with
anything.
them as far as
Yeah, the conversation with my parents is just kind of just rough.
rough
Yeah,
still?
yeah,
Um, is there any possible ways that can be smoothed over, like with mom or
yeah. I think so. More so just the way that I converse with them.
okay,
You know,
good, good.
getting my point across.
I'm glad you're
Getting
picking that up.
getting a little bit more
Communication is big.
fluently. I think that'll help a lot. So just trying to work on
Okay. We can definitely work on some communication strategies if you want into a session as far as effective communication. If you feel like you're having these disagreements with individuals, um, and that you really feel like you're not being able to grasp get your point across, we could definitely talk about some effective communication strategies that we can use.
that. Okay, that'll be perfect.
Okay. I know earlier in today's session, you talked about another issue that you were having between your job and school. Do you want to go into that?
Yeah, right now I'm working two jobs, and it's just kind of becoming overwhelming with school.
Hmm.
So right now I'm just trying to decide whether to quit one of my jobs or to take a semester off from school. So I've just been trying to weigh those options right now.
Okay. So what you're saying is you are working two jobs currently,
Hmm.
and you are currently in school, but however, things are a little rough and
Yeah,
stressful for you
yeah,
at the moment. So you're thinking about either quitting your jobs,
yeah. Quitting one of my
one of your
jobs
jobs,
or taking a semester off
taking
from
a
school.
semester off school. Have you gave this decision any thought about?
Yeah, I've given some of it, some thought, but I need help. Just pretty much just I guess deciding or weighing my options or figure out which one's the better
Okay. Well,
decision.
have you ever written it down on paper or anything like that?
No,
Okay. So that's something that we can do right now if you want to
yeah.
go into that and help you with that decision right there. So this is part of making decisions. I'm just going to go ahead and take this sheet of paper right here, and I want you to divide it into four. I have a pen down here for you. Divide it into four squares for me. Good. And at the top of the left of that paper, you're going to write the advantages of, let's say, quitting your job. Then on the right side of that, you're going to talk about the disadvantages of quitting your job. Then under the bottom left, you can write the advantages of taking a semester off.
Taking a semester off.
Yeah, that's one other the other decision. And then let's talk about the disadvantages of taking the semester off. All right, cool. So with these four categories, are there any thoughts that you had about any of these already, as far as what would be the advantages of quitting your
A
job?
few, but not really, I guess.
Okay. Can I get you to just go ahead and say a few, write a few down for each one? Have you thought about any of the advantages of quitting your job?
So advantages of quit my job. I'll have more time to study and
Okay. More
focus
time to
on.
study. You can write that there. Okay.
Yeah, I guess more time to actually recruit for class.
Okay. More resting time.
Yeah, more resting
Any other advantages of quitting your job?
time. Those were the main ones that stuck out for me.
Okay. So let's talk about the disadvantages of quitting your job.
Um,
Less money. And currently you were the only one working.
yeah, that
Okay. Only one working. Any other disadvantages of quitting your job?
kind of. That's the main one.
Okay. So let's talk about the advantages of taking a semester off.
More time to make money.
Okay. More money.
More money.
And you're saving money.
More family time.
Okay.
Less stress.
Less stress.
Actually, that could go up top as well.
As
But
far as what?
quitting my job.
Less stress.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say would be the disadvantages of taking a semester off?
Prolong my
Yeah, longer time in school.
I guess for me, I don't want to think about that semester. I guess how do I say this? That gap might affect.
Okay, the material as far as retaining
Yeah,
information.
return information.
That's very important,
I guess
especially in your program.
yeah, I guess the fluidity of being in school and keeping it constant.
Okay. So we have a list of advantages here, a list of disadvantages for both your decisions. So what I want you to do is take a look at the list here, and I would like for you to circle the most important factors for you. And I think that's gonna help with your decision
Okay.
and give you some kind of direction in which route that you want to go to. Okay. So looks like we have some here for advantages of quitting your job, less stress, make more money. Like you chose more from the advantages of quitting your job versus did more for advantages of taking the semester off.
Yeah.
So what this does, it helps you weigh out the advantages and disadvantages, the goods and the bad of making decisions. And you can use this if you're having a hard time making any decision. A lot of times we think about it, but not actually write it down. So this is a good way. I'm not going to tell you which decision to make, but I think you're off to a good start. What I would like for you to do is maybe think of a couple more advantages and disadvantages between each decision. Um, Talk it over. Try to talk to your fiance about it. How that's going to look for your family. Um, as far as school, have you thought about going and talk to one of your academic advisors or so to get some advice?
Honestly, no, I haven't got that
Okay.
far
So that may
yet.
be something that you may want to do before you make that decision. Really just want to have as much factors included
Mhm.
so that you aren't missing any aspects. And then go back to writing down the advantages and disadvantages and then go ahead and make your decision. I think that'd be a great way for you um, to get that done. Okay. Now, Mr. Smith, is there anything else that you want to cover for today's session?
Honestly, I don't think so at all. That was a great help. Like
Okay.
that chart right there, we got that one. I didn't think about writing it down, but I guess when you jot it down, you're able to like concrete exactly what.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's for. And again, if you have some time, just do the thought record, at least once or twice. Just give it a shot. You never know what may come from it. I understand that we do get busy. That's definitely understandable. Um, but therapy and coming here, it's going to take a little bit effort from my end and your end. It's a collaborative effort. So again, I do encourage you to try to attempt to do
Okay, I will.
the thought record this week. Okay, so we'll follow up next week.
Okay.
We'll go ahead and meet at our same time at 3 p.m. Okay, and if all is well, I'll see you next week. All right, thank you.